Now, let's review something that's out this week. Blue Beetle.
Yeah, so Blue Beetle is a new DC superhero movie about which I knew absolutely nothing until, I saw it listed on the FDA list. So it is directed by Angel Manuel Soto, and it stars Zolo Mariduena. And do you know about the Blue Beetle character?
I know nothing about Blue Beetle.
Okay, fine. So basically, the story is that our central character, Jaime Reyes, comes back from Gotham Law School to his hometown. They've changed the hometown from the original source. Back to his family to discover that his family are in danger of losing their house because the father has been ill and their source of income has dried up, and they're in a very bad position. Also, gentrification of their area is happening. He then finds himself in a position when benevolent industrialist Jenny Cord offers to help him find a job. But in fact, what happens is he ends up welded to a biotechnical scarab, which is a kind of glowing creature. When they first see it, somebody says, "Is that the new Tamagotchi?" That turns him into an armor-plated kind of blue Avenger with a mysterious voice in his head. So think Iron Man, but without the ability to step out of the suit. It's kind of at a genetic level. Meanwhile, Susan Sarandon, who is also one of the Cords, wants to use the Beetle to develop her own range of kind of RoboCop law enforcers. But at the moment, we just have our central hero who has suddenly found himself in the mold of superheroes, attached to something he had no desire to get attached to in the first place. Here's a clip.
What is he talking about?
He's talking about this.
Oh, I forgot how bad it looks.
I've seen worse.
Where?
You don't want to know. Okay, what the hell is this thing?
It's called the scarab. It was given to my dad when I was a kid. It's some kind of a world-destroying weapon.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow.
Nice.
And did you know what was going to happen to my brother when you stuck him with this world-destroying thing?
No, I swear to you, I had no idea this would happen.
Come on.
My father said it can't be activated by just any person. It has to choose you. So I'm guessing it's chosen you.
So that's the setup. He's got the thing. Susan Sarandon wants to take the thing out of him, which will kill him. They, on the other hand, don't want him to die, but what they want is for their family to be saved. And the reason that clip is interesting is that what the film is, and I don't mean this in a Fast and Furious kind of way, but what the film is actually about is about family. But not family, but actual family. Here's what surprised me. Firstly, that so much of it is character-based, that you really get to know that. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff about the fact that it's, first Latino superhero, all that, okay? Fine, admirable and great. But it works because you do care about that family. You do care about the way in which the characters in. This is a fantastical movie, with suits and flying and all that stuff, but you are actually interested in the characters. Second thing is, it's a very smart script. There's a thing when they first see Susan Sarandon and he tries to attract her attention and sister says, we're invisible to people like that. Do you remember End of Violence?
Yes.
Remember the whole plot in End of Violence is that he becomes invisible by going undercover with the gardeners because nobody notices them. Do you remember that?
Yes, right.
And it's okay, so when Wim Wenders makes that point, it's a kind of, it's Wim Wenders, but this is the central point being made here. She says, it's kind of our superpower. And then when that invisibility gets taken away from them, that's when things start to become really dangerous. There's another line when he says, what do you think Cord's going to do when he finds out that a Mexican kid has that kind of military tech inside them? And all the way through the script, this stuff is going on, but it's not bolted on. It's not like it's hitting you over the head with it. What it feels like is a genuine family relationship that find themselves in a fantastical superhero environment. Now, considering how many, there's another bit when one of them says people think crossing the border is hard. You know what's hard? The next 20 years. Considering how many superhero movies I've seen recently when I don't care, I just don't care. This was a bit different because it had, and I mean this as a compliment, it had to me some of the energy of the Robert Rodriguez Spy Kids movies. And I don't know where you stand on those, but I like them generally. I think that, fine. This had a kind of punky energy to it. It felt like it was slightly left of center in the superhero universe. As I said, it's a character that I didn't know anything about at all. The action sequences have got a kind of kinetic slapstick quality to them because obviously the overall tone is broadly comedic. And there's a nice melding of the physical and the virtual in terms of the way that they do that stuff. And there are nods to, Japanese kaiju flicks and also Mexican luchador movies and, wrestling movies. And I was really surprised by how much I enjoyed it. Now, bear in mind that part of this may be that I didn't know anything and I went in with no expectations. And I have to say, it's not been a great week in terms of releases. But as I was writing my review of this, because I wrote a review for The Observer, the more I wrote about it, the more I thought, it is actually pretty decent. There's music by Bobby Krilich, Hacks and Cloak. And I was surprised because for all the effects and all the action and all the fantasy stuff, it's got a kind of family round the dinner table vibe to it. And you're giving me a look which is like, I don't buy this, but
no, I'm interested in buying it. I think, this press screened while I was on holiday, so I haven't seen it.
And it hasn't been press screened at all before, as far as I understand.
This is, likening it to Vendors, is the first thing I've heard that has made me want to catch up.
Oh, well, there we go.
I'm very intrigued.
It was. I mean, I honestly thought it was much more. And there are bits in it that reminded me of Tetsuo Iron Man. In terms of the kind of the melding of the physical and the bodily and the squishy. It was pleasantly surprised, and I enjoyed it, and I liked the characters.
There we are. Didn't see it coming at all. Blue Beetle.
Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed making it. While you're here, check out all the other videos because they're cool too, aren't they?
Yeah, and if you want to keep up to date with everything Kermode and Mayo's take, then check out our social channels.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I mean, I would. I have done.
Excellent.